Okay, so I want to get on here and talk about how I stopped overeating. So this started to become embarrassing for me because I'm a personal fitness trainer at a very popular gym. I have about 28 clients, and my clients, a lot of them deal with overeating, snacking at night, eating when stressed, not doing the right portion sizes for their meal. And I felt like it was I felt like it wasn't right for me to, get down on them for overeating when I overeat myself. And so that was a big motivator for me to stop overeating. Also, another superficial motivator for me was imagining, meeting a certain person in the future and wanting them to say, oh, you slimmed down. Oh, you look different. Like, oh, you got skinnier. You lost weight. That is the best phrase to hear when you see somebody from your past and they say you lost weight. I was told this. I remember it was in New Orleans on Frenchman Street. It was a girl I went to high school with, my performing arts high school. And she saw me and she was like, you lost weight. I was like, I didn't even say thank you. I was relishing in the moment, like, yeah. I didn't even have time to say thank you. My system was just like, yes. And I wasn't even trying to lose weight at that time. That's why it felt so good. But I was super active, like running 2-3 miles every day. And the weight just naturally fell off because I was so happy and doing everything I like to do. And I didn't really have any adult responsibilities. So it was easy to keep the weight off and to be skinny. Another big motivator for me in eating healthy and losing weight. So I said, one is to be an example for my clients, because I'm not the type of person to tell somebody to do something when I don't even do it myself. I just can't live like that. And number two, seeing people from your past saying, oh my God, you lost weight is such an amazing feeling. Like, that feeling was indescribable. It was like, yes, they noticed. Somebody else noticed I lost weight too. This was in high school at my performing arts high school, NOCA. I got called into the principal's office because they said I was getting like skinny and losing weight. They can tell I drastically changed my eating habits. And y'all, this was one of the, this is crazy, but this was one of the most happiest moments of my life. I have never felt that seen as a kid. Like, my family didn't even notice. And I don't know, my family and where I come from, New Orleans, and my genetics and my background, like, we have a habit of being overweight, gluttony, overeating, eating the amazing food in New Orleans. That's like prevalent in my culture. And so when I was in high school, I remembered I wanted to, I don't know what was my goal. I just wanted to like be skinny like the other girls in my ballet class. I wanted to be skinny like them. I saw these girls, they were like so thin. And so I remember I like rushed home. I had such a weird way of doing it. Like, I rushed home. I made a turkey sandwich with like lettuce and tomatoes and I went to sleep right after. That was the only way I was able to lose like weight. I think I was like only eating fruit in the morning, and then I like a turkey sandwich in the afternoon, and then going to sleep, not eating dinner or anything like that. And so they noticed. I got called into the principal's office. They were like, oh yeah, we noticed you are losing weight. They were like, somebody was like, the girls noticed, like the girls in my class, especially the one who I wanted to be skinny, like, she noticed, and she was just like, stop that. She was just like, stop that. But I don't remember what the principal said, but she noticed, and she was like, I don't remember what she asked either. I was so stunned that she called me into her office. I was like, wow, people are actually noticing the changes in my body. Like, my family didn't notice. So I just took a shower, but I'm gonna do some skincare and hydrate myself. I got my electrolytes here. Really good to use before you go to bed or after a long day. This is Pure Aqua Hydration with electrolytes, passion fruit. I got it from Aldi. It is pretty good. Definitely want to try other flavors. So I accidentally left my .fit amino acids in this bottle, in this jug overnight. And it just tastes so bad. It's got like a nasty taste. And I'm like, why does amino acids taste that bad when you don't put it in the refrigerator? Nice. So I put some electrolytes in it to hide the taste because I don't have any more water. So back to the story of how I learned to eat less and not overeat. So like I was saying before, I went and took a shower. Really good. So yeah, the principal at my performing arts school, NOCA, was so cool. She was this tiny, skinny Black woman with a fade, and her daughter was like this super soulful, smart, crazy smart, artistic, like she was an artist. And she just had like, I don't know, they had like the best personalities. I was like, oh my God, could you imagine like what it would be like growing up in a house with them? But she was actually, I don't know if she was the assistant principal, I don't know. But like, when I walked into this performing arts school, I felt seen. And I felt like, looking back, I felt like they saw every single student. Whereas just like a regular school, you can't keep up with all the kids. Some kids will fade into the background and get forgotten. But I feel like they actually watched us. And it wasn't like a weird watch, like, oh, I'm at work on surveillance. I got to make sure I'm doing the right thing because they said they saw me on the camera doing this. It wasn't anything weird. It was just like a genuine, like, watchful eye out for us, like to see if, I don't know, any of the students, I don't know, needed help with something. So yeah, they noticed I lost weight. And I'm thinking like, I don't think the principal was watching me like that. But I remember there was like security guards in the front. And our teachers would see our bodies, like obviously, like they would be the main ones looking at us. So I don't know if the teacher told like the principal, and then the principal was like, let me talk to her. I don't know. I don't know, but it made me feel so special, you know, pointing out that I lost weight, even though maybe I wouldn't call it an eating disorder because I was just eating less. A lot of people think people have an eating disorder when they eat less. I was eating. I don't know if I was getting enough calories, but because I was dancing nonstop, always moving. Y'all, my high school schedule was crazy. I feel like I was a child built for war or to be an assassin or something. Listen to my schedule. I went to academic school from like 8 a.m. to 1 o'clock, and then I went to the performing arts school where I danced nonstop from like 1 o'clock to 3:15. And then I went back to school to dance on the dance team till like 6 o'clock. And then I went to this super strict ballet school for like the rest of the night. Can you believe that? I was like falling asleep in ballet class and I would get in trouble. Oh my God, it was just crazy. Like that was my schedule. Like no wonder I didn't grow up normal. Like what? So anyways, like, when they pointed out that I was losing weight, asking me if everything was okay, I was just filled with joy because I was like, oh my God, they noticed. I actually lost weight. I didn't notice that I lost weight. I was just trying, and I just kept trying, and I kept being consistent with my daily routine. And having a routine, like a rigorous routine where you are here by this time, here by that time. It makes like eating less so much easier, especially when you're tired at the end of the day. And so I was so happy. I felt seen. I lost weight. Everybody noticed. I was like, dang, I gotta keep this up. I should have been like, yeah, you see how small my wrists are? Like, thank you. But yeah, another reason why I stopped overeating is because I was learning about my grandmother and how she lived, because I desperately wanted to know what the women were like before me, my ancestors. And my grandmother, people say that I remind them of my mom's mom. She was very like, you know, quiet, like reserved, introverted, and like soft spoken, very like meek, like docile. So I mean, I'm not like that after doing a lot of inner work and dealing with, you know, the world today. You can't really survive like that. So I look at myself as like an evolved version of my grandmother, and I think like what would the best version of her look like? Now, this was a woman who really didn't have a voice. She was very meek. Her husband was like overly aggressive, and she cooked a lot of sweets. She was like a baker, always cooking sweets, really sweet lady. And she ate a lot of sugar, and I felt like that was her downfall, her health, you know, not working out, not being active, eating a lot of sugar. And you know, that was her lifestyle. Like, there was no type of balance when it came to what you ate, what you didn't eat. And I just want to be like I want to be careful with that, because like I said, gluttony is a big thing in my culture in New Orleans, Louisiana, especially in the African American community. We eat a lot. We eat some damn good food. And you know, the fact that I was strong enough in high school to pull myself away from that paradigm of, you know, not always eating the amazing foods your parents cook, and I was able to eat fruit in the morning, go home, eat the turkey sandwich, go to sleep. That took a lot of willpower, because when I got home and after moving so much, moving my body, burning so many calories, I just like binge ate. I wanted to eat everything. And so another thing is, I remember being at Essence Festival. You know, I'm from New Orleans. We have Essence Festival. And I remember me and my cousin just riding around in the car at Essence Fest, just looking at everybody. And I said like, I think I said like, we are fat or something. Like, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what I said. But I think I said like, maybe black people are fat, like we are fat. I don't know. It's a lot of fat people. I don't know exactly what was my wording. But my cousin was like, yeah, I know. And I just looked around and saw all of the overweight. It was a lot of women that was overweight, all of the overweight women. And me and my cousin were just like, damn. I don't mean to laugh, but it was just such a surreal moment. Like, there was no laughter involved, but it was just like a moment where like we realized a flaw like in our community. At Essence Festival, there was so many people out on Canal Street. We were driving down Canal Street, and I was just like, damn, like, yeah, there's a lot of fat people out here. And he was just like, yeah, I know. He was kind of sad about it. Like, yeah, I know. Like that's, you know, part of our culture. We are overweight generally in droves, and we do eat a lot. And so that moment kind of changed me as well. Like, seeing so many people, you know, in my community that were overweight, and seeing my family members struggle through health concerns, and looking at them not being able to do activities that they wanted to do, that makes me not overeat. I work at a bakery part-time where I have to look at a bunch of chocolate chips, a bunch of cakes. I get offered cakes all the time. I turn it down every time because I think about my grandmother and how much sweets she ate, and how all of that added up to her health concerns, and how maybe that, changed her, the way she thought. Maybe she wasn't able to think clearly. Maybe she wasn't able to express herself because she was using eating to cope with. And I saw this in my immediate family, my close family, using food as a way to emotionally like comfort yourself instead of taking action or speaking out about how you feel. And seeing this, I grew up with seeing all of this, and I just vowed to never be that. I want to be better. Like, I looked up to the people I saw in BET rap videos and MTV videos and, movies. These movie stars having the best, amazing bodies. Billy Blank's Tybo. I was obsessed with looking like those people when I grow older. And so all I did was like work out. Even as a kid, like all I did was work out because I didn't want to get fat. That was like my biggest fear. And that is still my biggest fear today, getting fat. But I know I won't let myself get there because I have the self-control. And I've eaten so much. I have eaten everything I wanted to eat at this point in my life at 32 years old. I also got the retinol collagen peptide from Amazon. Y'all, this stuff is amazing. Like, I love this stuff. I usually wear it morning and night, but I'm just going to wear it for nighttime. Since it's retinol and I have sensitive skin, I don't want to step out into the sun with retinol. But yeah, that's what inspired me to not overeat, because I feel like I have so much to lose, so much to prove. I want to be different. I want to be an example for my other family members. I mean, no one's having kids, so there's not that many left of us. But I want to be the example, of a healthy African American from the South, healthy, educated African American. I take care of my looks, I read, I take care of my brain, my mind, my education, my figure of speech, the way I carry myself, my mind, body, soul. I gotta be the whole package. I want to be. So I got this castor oil, Purador. Putting this on my feet. So yeah, I just wanted to, raise the frequency of my bloodline, because I want to be the best version of myself, be the whole package, mind, body, soul, have my body right, have my mentality right, my emotions right, my spirit right, everything. And superficial reasons, if I see people from the past, I want them to be like, oh my God, you look so good, or, what's your routine? And being a personal fitness trainer, there's like a social pressure to look so good compared to all of the amazing people you see online. But even, not comparing yourself to others, like you still want to look really good. I got this scarf from the bakery, that godforsaken job. I'm putting Jamaican castor oil on it. I put Moderna on it and vitamin C. This came in the mail from Amazon. I already put that on. And this Vaseline is so good to put on your feet with some socks. If you have like dark, dark foot knuckles from wearing tennis shoes, this will help you for sure. It'll bring the color back. And I'm going to do my gua sha here. But yeah, overeating was hard for me for a while, because when you were active that much as I was in high school, you can literally eat anything. Being that young, like I would eat a whole thing of Snickers and I'd still be skinny, still be vibrant, still be beautiful. But today, I can't eat like that. I only eat for health. I stopped buying like snacks. And I eat super clean right now. But having a gym body is different. A gym body will actually put muscle on you And it won't be that lean body that I'm used to. So I'm starting to get used to that, but I don't really like the look of like the gym body. I kind of miss being like leaned out from dance and the Pilates classes. I can't hang with the Pilates woman yet. I'm not there financially. I'm coming for them though. I'm coming. I am coming. I love the Pilates classes in Dallas. That's like the best form of exercise for me, and that's like the look I want, the Pilates look. So yeah, that's how I stopped overeating. Basically vanity, wanting to look good, wanting to post your body on social media, wanting to show up in a place and being, you know, noticed for your physique that took time, energy, and effort, and resistance and denial. So those are some tips on how not to overeat. You got to do it for your legacy. Do it for the woman that came before you who were stuffing their faces with sweets and didn't know how to nourish their bodies. Do it for the woman before you long ago who did nourish their bodies and love themselves fully. Bring back those women. We got to upgrade our DNA because we don't have the time to be just doing whatever out here. Also, you know, there's a time period where, you know, we ate too much sugar and we weren't fed properly. Too much molasses. No, we got to make up for that time with fruits, vegetables, fresh fish, chicken. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't know. But I only eat the organic chicken from Sprouts. I don't even go to Whole Foods anymore. Sprouts has the best organic chicken. Sprouts, my bill came to like $80 and I only had like 10 items. But it was worth it. It was worth it. Food was amazing. So yeah, I hope my tips can help you not overeat. It is worth it in the long run. And as an adult, you have to think long term. And also what helps me with that is stopping and just breathing, because I'm very impulsive. Like, especially when I'm stressed out, I'll just come home and just start looking for the food. But I'm not like that anymore. I stop and I think and I say, what would be the best action to take right now that would help me excel in the future? Probably getting on the computer and doing something instead of stuffing my face. So that's just an example of how I take a deep breath before acting on the impulse, reaching for the chips, reaching for the chocolate chip cookies. What's your action that you take to stop you from overeating? I would like to know.